You're not gonna believe me. You're gonna think I'm so stupid. Sleep paralysis is a state during waking or falling asleep in which a person is aware but unable to move or speak. During an episode, one may hallucinate, hear, feel, or see things that are not there, which often results in fear. Episodes generally less than a couple of minutes. When I say intense, I mean really intense sleep paralysis episodes. Since, and I'm not even joking, you can ask my mom. Since I was like literally a child. When I say child, I mean like literally like since I was born, I would say. I don't remember when it started, but I just know that it was always with me, you know, best friends forever. I remember when I was really little telling people that I don't like sleeping, which is true still, you know. I often, most of the time, I don't go to sleep. I stay awake up until I pass out. It's basically like dream, but not. I still didn't figure out how sleep paralysis works. If anyone knows, I don't. Enlighten me. For me, sleep paralysis almost always include hallucinations, either visual ones or ones that I can only hear, or the ones that I can only feel. I don't really know if it's actually possible to feel when you're having a sleep paralysis, but I in fact do. So if you tell me it's not possible, it's possible. I experience sleep paralysis a lot. I have so many interesting stories about it. So I have a cat. His name is Poppy, like a poppy seed. But yeah, anyways, my cat is black cat, which people associate with witches, which I think is stupid, but kinda makes sense in this story, I guess. I don't know. But he is absolutely blind, which people associate blind cats with the spiritual world, as far as I've heard. And now he is both black and blind, which people would associate with the spiritual world a lot. He's barely an adult cat. He acts like a baby, but he is a very unusual cat. When I say unusual cat, is where I'm actually gonna start this story. We have doors, and our doors are kinda weird. You know, this house is really old, actually, like really old, and our doors are kinda messed up, you know. They are really not strong, and now when you close them like this, just like close them, they can open pretty easily. I'm pretty sure a cat can open them, but when you like open them and then pull the, I don't know how it's called, they close like really tight, and literally it can't be opened in any way, and if cat even tried to open it, it would have to create a really loud sound, which in this case it didn't. And so my cat, for like 5 days or something like that, every single day at 5:07, exactly 5:07, I remember the exact time, 5:07 a.m, my cat, this sounds crazy, I know, but just bear with me, and if you think I'm talking literal, just like tell me that, like, but I'm not, I swear. He woke me up by like jumping on me on my bed, and I don't let him in my room because he pees a lot on everything, so I don't like that, so he's not allowed in my room. I love him, but one night I was already sleeping, and my sister, okay, so I'm gonna tell you what was happening. My sister told me this. So it was about 2 a.m, as she told me, and she was just in her room doing whatever, and our cat started acting weird all of a sudden. Basically, as I understood, he was looking at something, and he's blind, and like he was like intensely staring at something, and she was like, oh, what's up, baby, whatever, and he was like just looking. And then she was like, okay, let's go to sleep, and tried to pick him up, and he started like wiggling, and then he jumped on the floor, and he just started peeing everywhere. That sounds gross, it is. He hid under the couch, She like tried calling him, he didn't want to go for his life. He was like just refusing to go. And so she was like, okay. She cleaned after him, whatever, and she just tried to call him because he looked scared. He tried to like make him feel better, of course. And first, in my sister's room, he was looking at the wall, I think, and then later he was in a room between me and my sister's room, and he was looking, as she told me, at my door, like exactly at my door. And so my sister got scared and got into my room to see if something was happening, and I was sleeping. And then she came in and, of course, accidentally woke me up because she's a loud. I told her like close the door, which I always tell the people if they accidentally wake me up, which means get the fuck out and close the door after yourself. I swear I'm nice. She went out and she closed the door, and as we were already trained by our old doors, she pulled it, everything was good, it was not able to be opened. I just woke up randomly at like 4 a.m, so like 2 hours after that. I just randomly woke up like by myself. I can never fall asleep again. But when I woke up, I thought that maybe I was again woken up by my cat. It's like a ritual of 5:07, but I wasn't. He was nowhere to be seen, and my door was open. And when I say open, I don't mean like slightly open as it is when he opens it and comes in, which I still don't know how he does that. But it was like open, full on, against the wall. And I was like terrified, but I was tired, so I didn't think much of it. But my first instinct was to go and check the door if it's locked. Now it may be gonna sound stupid, but me and my sister don't live with our parents. We do live in a house, but we live in like a different floor, if that makes any sense. We live in an attic, which is also kind of scary. I checked the door, it was locked, 100% locked. And we also had a key inside of the keyhole, just like a key inside. And so even if someone were to go and try to unlock our door, they couldn't because there was a key in it. So our door could not be opened by a person if they don't break the door, obviously. And I went to take the cat, Poppy, to eat breakfast downstairs. That sounds really stupid, like they're children, they are children. And then I took him, I went to unlock the door, and I was twisting it, and it wasn't unlocking. And then I figured the door was, of course, unlocked. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because literally the door unlocked by itself, because nobody from my family could unlock it. And like, it just made no sense. I tried to come to the conclusion of how it happened, but I couldn't. And I was just okay, trying to ignore that. And then the waking up, my cat waking me up at 5 a.m. stopped completely, and our door kept unlocking it by itself. Now, that sounds really unbelievable, but we just don't know how it happens. Our cat has like a history, I guess, of opening the door by himself. Like he also does it downstairs, like just comes into the room if he wants to. Like there's no stopping him, and we never saw him opening it. I have no explanation of how that's possible, like no explanation, literally. Let's go back to my sleep paralysis. They became really like extreme in like, I would say, 7th grade. And I had, at the point for like a long time, I had them literally every single night, and not like one every single night, but like multiple. Actually, you know what? No! Okay. Just remember, it didn't start in like 7th grade. It started in like 4th grade. Yeah, because I know that my sister broke her leg and it was when I was in 4th grade. Fuck. I had the most sleep paralysis when I was sleeping on a bunk bed, but I'm not anymore. So then they kind of stopped, and then I had them again, and for some time I literally had them every single night. Like I literally I would wake up, have sleep paralysis, fell asleep again, and then it would happen like 6 or 7 times in one night, like every single night, like in one night, every single night. They kind of stopped, like they were pretty intense as the school, you know, the online school, as it was going on. It still was going on, like I still had pretty intense sleep paralysis, but now, like recently, I had sleep paralysis as always, but when I say I didn't have sleep paralysis, I mean they weren't like hallucinations, there's like just like paralysis, you know, but not hallucinations, which was already better. The main thing in my sleep paralysis is that I see, okay, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I see like, I would say a man honestly, but I can't really identify. Okay, this is really weird. Most people see like demon creatures, but no, not for me. I see like a human person, but again, it's gonna sound really stupid. Try to vision this in your head as I'm telling you this. So like pretty tall man, looks like he's all wrapped in a really like fluorescent pink balloon. Try to imagine that, like tight on the skin, a balloon, like all over the man, you know, like really tight, and like when he moves you can like see that it's a balloon. It's like someone took a balloon, put person in a balloon, and then like sucked all the air out of it, so like the balloon could go perfectly around the person. I don't know if that's possible. I hope it's not. Or I see people from my life, but like this is how most of my hallucinations look. I saw angels quite a lot of time, like angels. Like 2 nights ago, I would say, I again had 2 sleep paralysis with hallucinations, and like some without, but like I don't count those anymore. It varies a lot, but mostly my hallucinations, I hear voices like really telling me something, and it's like, I don't know in which language they're telling me this, in like my first language or like English, I don't know, actually, like I truly don't know, but it's a language I understand for sure, but I really can't tell you which language they're telling it in. Okay, first of all, to say something, I woken up from sleep paralysis with a bloody nose before, or just like feeling like I've been choked, I guess. And I'm all for choking. No, I'm kidding. Basically, is someone either choking me or like pushing me on my chest like really hard, so either way I can't breathe. Person kneeling on me, like, you know, if you get what I mean, like this is my body and then 2 legs like on the other side, and it's like knees pressing in my hips, basically. Time I had sleep paralysis 2 times. First time, dear balloon guy wasn't choking me. First time he was just kind of like sitting on my legs the first time and staring at me. And in this sleep paralysis, there were no voices. Then second time, and I was able to move, and then it changed. If you experience sleep paralysis, you probably know what I'm talking about. That position that I was just telling you about, it sounds really weird when I say it like this. I hate it. I know that his knees are pressing like really hard into my hips. And so it was more so pressing into my right hip. My friend told me to do this when I told her about this. I'm gonna show you, wait. Okay, I wanna show this to you, but I don't know how to do it without this becoming R-rated, you know. But let's try, wait. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you the picture I saw my friend. I don't know how weird this picture is, but it's the picture I sent my friend that exact day it happened. Wait. If you can see, like, it was a bruise. Wait. Yeah, you see? It looks weird on a picture. It's just my hip. Like, just my hip. Yeah. That was a bruise. And so, I woke up from that sleep paralysis. I woke up as normal, of course, but I had this bruise on my hip, and that bruise was like hurting really bad. I woke up and my hip was hurting really bad, as well as my legs. My legs were like, you know when you're like sitting down or whatever for a long time and then your legs like start feeling like they're cramping or whatever. Yeah, there I had a definite bruise. Later, when I was telling that to my sister, I was informed that my cat did in fact have, I guess, a nightmare again. He woke up during the night again, during that time, and he was going for my room. And it's not like that intense of a bruise, but it's like, all of it pieced together, like all of the stuff about my cat and everything just pieced together, creates for a really nice story. I have just so much, like, I figured recently, because one of my best friends, like, really has also the, like, paranormal, I guess, experiences, as I do, and I always found it normal that people have paranormal experiences. And now, talking to, like, other people that, like, don't, and, like, a lot of people from my family, like, it's just normal for me that people have paranormal experiences, but then a lot of people I talk to literally don't, which is, like, super weird, because they literally, like, don't have paranormal experiences, which is literally not explainable to me, because it's just a normal thing to me to have that. I thought that it was just like my mind, I don't know how to speak, going like stupid and whatever, but turns out that not everyone has those experiences, which is kind of weird. So if you have any like paranormal experiences, I want to know that I'm not alone and literally not stable, you know? Like, I just want to know, because a lot of people were telling me like, no, I literally never, something like that never happens to me, which is probably just because I'm really not mentally stable. I really want to know about more experiences, so if you have some, please share it with me, because I really want to know.